Today, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about the Lightyear investment platform. I'll be reviewing everything from the platform features to the fees and charges associated with the platform to the security of your cash and investments on the platform itself and much more. All sections of this video will be timestamped below for your convenience. If you do want to try out Lightyear for yourself after this video, you can do so using the first link in the description and comment section of this video. Using this link supports me as a creator by way of affiliate commission and lets me know that you found this video to be useful. Thanks to Lightyear for sponsoring this video. Before we begin, it's important to note that when you invest not only with Lightyear but with all investment intermediaries, your capital is at risk. The provider of the investment services that we're reviewing in this video is Lightyear Financial Limited for the UK and Lightyear Europe AS for the EU. If you'd like to view the full Lightyear terms of service, you can visit lightyear.com/terms. Always seek advice from a qualified financial advisor if necessary. With that being said, who is Lightyear? Lightyear is an investment platform that was born out of London in 2020. The company was founded by Martin Sock and Mikhail Amir, both of whom previously worked for Wise, a multi-billion-pound company specializing in cross-border payment transfers. According to Crunchbase, since launching in 2021, Lightyear has raised close to £30 million in pre-seed, seed, and Series A funding. The company is backed by investors such as Tavat Hinrichs, the co-founder and CEO of Wise, Sir Richard Branson, founder of the Virgin Group, Mosaic Ventures, and Lightspeed Venture Partners. Lightyear is described as being a simple and approachable way to invest your money globally without unnecessary barriers and fees. Speaking about where the inspiration for the idea came from, CEO Martin Sock told Tech Funding News that, quote, "We realize that the infrastructure is not being built in Europe and the education is not taking place. Europe is fragmented into different markets and everybody has their own currency, but nobody was putting all of that together into a usable low-cost brokerage platform, and people just don't know how to invest. In the US, roughly half of the people have some exposure in the investment market, whereas in Europe, it's around 15%. With that in mind, Lightyear's mission to give everyone commission-free access to the global markets was born. Lightyear operates under multi-country regulation, and there are two Lightyear legal entities to be aware of. Lightyear Financial Limited administers the company's UK customer base. It's important to note that the company itself is not yet directly authorized with the UK Financial Conduct Authority or FCA. However, the UK authorization process is currently ongoing. In the interim, Lightyear Financial Limited is what's known as an appointed representative of another company called RiskSave Technologies Limited, which is authorized and regulated by the FCA. This also means that UK Lightyear customers are not yet covered by the UK Financial Services Compensation Scheme or FSCS, but rather the Estonian Investor Protection Sectoral Fund, which we'll talk more about later. For Lightyear customers based in the EU, the entity to be aware of is Lightyear Europe AS. This company is authorized and regulated as an investment firm by the Estonian Financial Supervision Authority, with the company itself being based in the Estonian capital of Tallinn. As I've mentioned before on the channel, once a financial services firm receives a stamp of approval by way of authorization by the relevant supervisory authority, they must then continue to report to that authority on an ongoing basis in order to prove that their business continues to be compliant with regulation. Lightyear is no different. This is good news for customers because they can take comfort in the fact that Lightyear, as a financial institution, is being subjected to the highest of regulatory standards, which is what one would expect from any company that they're choosing to keep their money with. Lightyear currently operates in the UK and in 21 different countries across the EU. When it comes to fees, Lightyear, like most neo-brokers, tries to keep things simple and cheap. For US stocks, there is a 0.1% fee subject to a maximum fee of $1 per order. For European and UK stocks, there's a fee of €1 and £1 per order respectively. The purchase of ETFs, however, is free of Lightyear fees, which is great for long-term investors. Lightyear charges a currency conversion charge of 0.35%. This would be applicable in situations where, say, you're converting euro cash balances in your account to Great British pounds or US dollars. Equally, this would apply where you use your euro cash balance to invest in a company whose shares are denominated in a currency other than euro. The fee of 0.35% is higher than some of Lightyear's competitors. For example, DEGIRO and Book0 charge 0.25%, Trading 212 charges 0.15%, while Trade Republic for euro investors has no conversion fee at all, given that all products are denoted in euros on their platform. It's worthwhile mentioning that when you convert, say, euros to dollars, you can then use those dollars to buy and sell stocks denoted in USD without any conversion charge, thus avoiding further charges. However, when you inevitably convert your dollar proceeds back into euros, a second conversion charge will apply. Other notable fees include a 0.5% fast deposit transfer fee when using top-up methods other than traditional bank transfers. For example, deposits made from card transactions, Apple Pay, and Google Pay. This fee does not apply to the easy bank transfer functionality, but more on that later. The 0.5% fee is cheaper than both Trade Republic and Trading 212, who charge 0.7% for the same service. It's worthwhile mentioning that you can deposit up to €500 using card transactions on Lightyear for no additional fee. So it's definitely worthwhile taking advantage of that and getting €500 into your account as quickly as possible for no extra cost. Money market funds can also be accessed at a cost varying from 0.3% to 0.09% depending on the investment amount. Perhaps the most attractive feature that's being offered by Lightyear right now is the high interest rate that you can earn on your uninvested cash. Given that Lightyear offers a multi-currency account where you can hold euros, GBP, and USD cash balances, it's possible to avail of 3 different interest rates depending on the currencies that you hold. As of September 20th, 2023, uninvested cash balances denominated in euro will earn you 3.25% interest, while both GBP and USD cash balances will earn you 4.5% interest. It's important to note that choosing to avail of a higher interest rate in a foreign currency won't always result in the best outcomes. That's because you need to factor in both A, the 0.35% conversion charge when moving both to and from your desired currency, as well as B, the capital gain or loss that you incur by moving to and from a set of currencies, as well as the taxation implications of such. The interest that you earn from Lightyear is not fixed, and it can increase or decrease depending on the interest rates which are set by the European Central Bank, the Bank of England, and the US Federal Reserve. When calculating the annual interest rate that customers will earn on their uninvested cash, Lightyear takes the base rate set by the relevant central bank, say the Bank of England for GBP, and they deduct a 0.75% fee from that rate to compensate themselves for facilitating the interest provision. Nonetheless, the interest rates on offer are very competitive, especially in the context of the low rates which are available in certain local markets. The main challenger to Lightyear's interest rates will be Trade Republic, who are facilitating 4% interest on euro cash balances from October 1st, 2023. In terms of investment selection, according to the Lightyear website, customers can access over 3,000 US stocks across the New York Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq, a diverse range of ETFs, French, German, Dutch, and Belgian stocks, as well as UK stocks trading on the London Stock Exchange. There is also a suite of money market funds available, which again are subject to annual fees ranging between 0.3% and 0.09%. These funds are currently only available to Lightyear customers based in certain countries. Lightyear supports fractional share investing, whereby you can purchase fractions of shares in certain companies as opposed to buying whole shares. This makes investing in a wide range of company stocks much more accessible to the average investor. For example, instead of having to fork out close to $500 for a single share in Nvidia, you can specify the exact dollar amount that you can afford to invest, and by using Lightyear, you can own a fractional share in Nvidia based on that dollar amount. However, fractional share investing does come with risk factors that must be understood before investing, namely limited investment selection, liquidity risk, lack of transferability, and potential delays in order fulfillment. It's also important to note that fractional share investing in exchange traded funds or ETFs is not supported on Lightyear, so you'll need to have enough cash in your account to purchase at least one whole share in a given ETF if that's what you wish to invest in. But what about security? How safe are your assets on Lightyear? As with all emerging investment platforms, there are significant safeguards in place to ensure that your funds are kept safe. Firstly, for Lightyear customers who own US securities, securities, such as stock in Apple, Microsoft, or Tesla, those securities are protected up to the value of $500,000 in the unlikely event that Lightyear's partner, Alpaca Securities, goes under. For everything else, the Estonian Investor Protection Sectoral Fund of €20,000 is available to compensate investors in the unlikely event that Lightyear defaults and a loss to investors is realized as a result of Lightyear's failure to appropriately safeguard assets and or fraudulent activity on the part of Lightyear. As I previously mentioned, this protection is currently extended to both UK and EU-based Lightyear customers. Direct FSCS protection for Lightyear's UK entity will be reviewed as the authorization process progresses. However, it's unlikely that the Estonian Investor Protection Sectoral Fund would ever have to be called upon due to the safeguards that Lightyear puts in place for investors. Lightyear holds the uninvested cash deposits of its customers with a combination of banks, namely ABN AMRO Bank in the Netherlands and ASLHV Bank in Estonia, and AAA-rated money market funds provided by BlackRock. In short, this means that your cash deposits are held securely and, most importantly, separately to the business funds of Lightyear itself. It's worthwhile noting that the Lightyear accounts in which customer deposits are held with partner banks are not covered by the deposit guarantee scheme. This means that in the unlikely event of the bank's failure and loss of deposits, Lightyear customers would have a claim against Lightyear for the money deposited, and in the event of non-payment, the €20,000 investor protection would kick in. The deposits themselves are not covered under the partner bank's deposit guarantee scheme. Your investments are held with a series of authorized custodians whose job is to protect them. These investments are inaccessible by Lightyear's creditors and would be returned to customers in the unlikely event of Lightyear's insolvency. Lightyear currently does not engage in securities lending, unlike some of its competitors such as DeGiro, Trading 212, and Book Zero, which further strengthens the safety of customer assets. Moving on to the platform itself, the first thing to note is that the onboarding and account setup process was extremely smooth. No issues there whatsoever. The Lightyear platform is available on both desktop and mobile, which is something that I very much appreciate as an investor who much prefers investing on a PC. In order to access the desktop version of the platform, you simply scan a QR code using your phone, which brings you to the Lightyear app, and from there, you simply verify that it is indeed you that is trying to log in. Worthwhile mentioning that Lightyear is introducing account passwords to replace the QR code system. Once you log in, you are greeted with a very simple user interface. The portfolio view shows you the value of both your cash deposits and investments on Lightyear. You can swap between 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, year to date, 1 year, and max views, while also having clear insight over your positions, average buy price, latest market price, profit, change, and investment value. On the right hand side, you can see your cash position within your multi-currency account and the rate of interest that you're earning on that cash. The investment calendar will keep you informed of any upcoming dividends and or stock splits that are relevant to your portfolio. In the watch list section, you can highlight certain investments in order to easily keep track of them and come back to them at a later date. You'll also be presented with the latest news stories that pertain to the investments in your watch list, as well as a watch list calendar which shows information such as upcoming dividend payments. The activity section will show you a summation of key transactions that have occurred within your Lightyear account, including deposits and investment activity. If you hover over your profile icon in the bottom left hand corner of the screen, you can swap between light and dark mode, with dark mode being my personal preference. Clicking the search bar will give you a series of options. You can search for the security that you're looking for by simply typing it into the search bar and hitting enter. If you're looking for some inspiration, you can use the filtering functionality, which lets you search by stocks, ETFs, securities which are available as fractionals, UK, US, and EU securities, indexes, popular securities, dividend paying investments, bonds, and Chinese securities. Let's say we're looking at Nvidia. There's a lot of useful information available here. Nvidia's stock price is displayed along with an interactive price chart and key metrics such as market cap, price to earnings ratio, earnings per share, and dividend yield. We can clearly see whether fractional share investing is supported, and if it is, we can decide whether we want to invest a specified dollar amount or purchase a whole number of shares. Let's say we wanted to invest $2 in Nvidia. We'd simply hit buy and select market order, which is my preference over limit order. With a market order, order, you're instructing Lightyear to execute your trade at the next best available price, simple as that. Whereas with a limit order, you need to specify how many shares you want to buy and at what limit price you want to buy them. It's important to note that with limit orders, you can only buy whole shares. Fractional shares aren't available. If you do select a limit order, after you set your limit price, you can choose whether or not you want your order to expire at the market close if the limit price isn't reached. If you choose not to expire the order, it will be what's known as good till cancelled. Sticking with a market order for our $2 investment, ensure that amount in US dollar is selected, enter $2, hit preview order and hit confirm. Note that Lightyear clearly displays what fraction of a share you're purchasing as well as the fees associated with the purchase. It's important to note that while low value investments are positive in terms of investor accessibility, the downside is that the relative value of investment fees, where applicable, can be inflated. Lightyear alerts you to this where your fee as a percentage of order value is high. This is a nice touch which emphasizes the importance of investing meaningful amounts. For ETFs, because fractional shares aren't supported, you need to specify the exact whole number of shares you want to purchase, which will require you to have enough money in your account to purchase at least one whole share. Along with standard market and limit orders, Lightyear does support automated investing by way of a repeat order. This functionality can only be utilized within the Lightyear mobile app, and similar to most automated functionality, it's just a case of specifying how often you want the investment to be made, daily, weekly, or monthly, and what dollar amount or number of shares you want to purchase with each investment. Other information which is displayed on the stock screen includes upcoming events, analyst ratings, price targets, financial statement extracts, earnings, news items, and an about section. For ETFs, you can actually see how the annual fund charge of a given ETF stacks up against the annual fund charges of other ETFs that are available on the Lightyear platform. You can also see information such as the use of fund income, fund breakdown, and the key information document for the ETF. Looking at the mobile app, there are a couple of key differences to note. The Explore page is essentially your hub for searching for and researching investments, amalgamating the watch list and search functionality of the desktop platform. Within the portfolio view, you can see that your account value is allocated between investments and cash. By clicking on cash, you have the option to either add money, convert your money into a different currency, which will allow you to avail of different interest rates, or withdraw money. Lightyear has a fantastic easy bank transfer method, which allows you to deposit money without having to enter bank account details. It works by connecting Lightyear to a supported banking app such as Revolut and making the deposit via your phone. This allows customers to get money onto the Lightyear app quickly, securely, and at no extra cost. Clicking either of the European, UK, and US flags will show you the relevant central bank base rate and the way in which your interest rate is calculated. Clicking your profile icon will allow you to view your profile, add promotional codes, add withdrawal accounts, access key documents, change your account currency, scan web QR codes, opt in or opt out of interest, and transfer stocks to Lightyear. The cog wheel will allow you to change notification settings, update security preferences, set your app theme, language, and the ability to log out. In conclusion, Lightyear is another welcome addition to the ever-developing neo-broker landscape within the UK and Europe. In terms of how they stack up against their competition, I would say that they are a top choice for anyone looking to earn a high rate of interest on their cash deposits. Their fee structure isn't quite as competitive as the likes of Trading212, but like with all brokers, how attractive or unattractive they are as an option is entirely dependent on how you plan on using the platform. Lightyear, in my opinion, is best suited to those who want to earn high interest on their cash, utilize a multi-currency account, and try their hand at some long-term investing via ETFs. If you're looking to use Lightyear for regular stock investing, something like Trading212 might be a better choice because of lower fees and lower currency conversion charges. But again, it comes down to personal preference. With that being said, if you do want to try out Lightyear for yourself, you can do so using the first link in the description and comment section of this video. Do let me know what your thoughts are on Lightyear, and if you have any questions on any of the material which was covered in this video, please don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.